Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to use the woman rig, or just really any rig honestly. They all work the same, so it doesn't really matter which one you use. So if you're going to be doing like a woman rig, and you're going to want to be using Blender 2.7 for this tutorial, there are many of tutorials on how to do it for 2.8, but I'm just going to show you guys how to download this properly. So go into Violetic's video on women rig crashing fix. It will most likely crash for you if you use like a different one from like Mazzy or something. I'm not sure exactly why, but yeah, so there's a link in her description of the video, which you're just gonna want to go ahead and you want to click that, and then it says no preview available, but you want to go ahead and you want to hit download anyways, and then you just want to save it, and then it will open up right here. Now, let's just pretend like you never saw that. Okay. Now you want to go onto your desktop, and you want to open up your file, and then you will have the default in your downloads folder, likely, or just wherever your things download automatically. So yeah. Then drag that onto your desktop, and yeah. Now go back onto Chrome. Go into Roblox, hit create, and then go ahead and press create new game, the green button, create game, and then press edit, and now we're going to export your character. So make sure that you have, oh sorry, I'm yawning. So anyways, if your character is like a blocky character, then look up on YouTube like a blocky rig Blender 2.7. If you have an R6 character, look a rig up for that too, you know, and then download it and then do the same thing and move it onto your desktop. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit plugins, we're gonna hit load character. If you don't have this, go to toolbox. If you don't have toolbox, go to view. Make sure you have all these highlighted in gray by just clicking on them, and then you're going to go to toolbox where it says models. You're going to change that to plugins, and then you're going to search up load character, but it really should show up already, so yeah. And then you will just press download, and then you'll have that there. So press load character, type in your username, make sure that the X is checked, and then hit spawn R6. It's very important you press spawn R6, not R15. Now your character is here. So I want a different face on mine, and I also don't want those glasses there. So if you want that too, press the arrow. Go ahead and find what the glasses are called. Select them and then press backspace. Now you see I also don't really want that face on, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that too. So where it says face under head, you're going to delete that too, and then I really want the super happy face. So that's what I'm going to look up in models. I'm going to go ahead and click it, and then I'm going to click it again, right click, hit cut, and then delete whatever is behind it. Then you're going to select your character. You're going to select head, then you're going to right click, and you're going to put paste into. And yeah, that's, yes. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to select your character, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to right click on your character name, and you're going to hit export selection. Then you want to go ahead and wherever you keep your you know, people, whatever, put it there. Now we want to find a model, so I'm just going to look up aesthetic like kitchen or something. Actually, I want a cafe, so that's, yeah. You don't have to do this exact thing, just so you know. This is just what I'm going for, so yeah, so just kind of find like a room model that you would like to use. Any model really kind of works. It could be like a bedroom or anything, but this is just kind of my personal preference on what I would like. So yeah. Obviously, you can delete it if you don't like it, or just don't want to use that one, and maybe a different one. So I also, there are also like specific people who make models, who make like aesthetic ones, uh, like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Keep on yawning. Yeah, so just kind of find one. I'm sorry, I keep on just saying find one. So, yeah. I don't really, I was gonna use this one for someone, but it's kind of broken or something, so you can't really actually. So if you ever find that, if you find that one and you want to use it, you can't use it. Or at least, I don't know if that's just me. So I'm gonna actually use this one. It's very warm, I like it. And it looks very cozy. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna select the model, and then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna find the name of the model, and you're gonna right click and you're gonna hit export selection just as you did with your character. Now I save my all of them in like a different area. So like the models and the people, I kind of have them separated. So once you've exported your model and your person, you're going to go ahead and you're just going to close out of Roblox Studio because you don't need it anymore. And honestly, you could save it or you could not save it. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, just kind of do whatever works for you. If it doesn't respond whenever you export your model, that's perfectly fine. Just close out of it. It doesn't matter. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up Blender 2.79. I recommend pinning it to your taskbar just because it makes it a lot easier to access it. So now once you're in Blender, you're just going to click out of that. Now you're going to press X on your keyboard. Then where it says Blender Render, you want to go ahead and you want to change this to Psycho Render. Then you're going to go over here and you're going to hit File. Then you're going to press Open. Now you're going to go ahead and you want to find wherever you stored your rig, which should be in your desktop. So if you're somewhere else and say you don't know where you are, like say right here, press Users, then select your name, then hit Desktop, and then your file should be right here. Click on it and then press Open Blender File, or you can also just double click on it like me. Now you're like this, so what are you going to do? Well, you're going to want to right click on the head, just about right here. Then you're going to want to move your mouse to be about right here. Press B on your keyboard. Select and then drag that out over the head, just right under the chin. Under the mouth. Then that should be orange. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to press X. And then if some of the mouth is still left, press Shift and F, WASD and E and Q to move. And then it should kind of show up right there, and then you can just select it and delete it like that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the torso. So you want to go ahead and you want to right click the torso, press this little box right here, and select Node Editor. Now you want to go ahead and you want to scroll in. You want to find Image Texture. Also, I don't really recommend using Blender if you don't have like an actual mouse. It's really difficult with a mouse pad, so I would not recommend that. So you're going to find Image Texture, select the little File button, and go ahead and find wherever you put your texture at. You probably saved it in your desktop where I told you to. So if you didn't though, go ahead and find it, and then if you did, go ahead and just double click on it, and then this will happen. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to select the little wire thing right here, and you're going to go back to 3D view. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit File up here again. Then we're going to press Import, and then we want to select Wavefront OBJ. Very important that you select Wavefront OBJ. Now select your name. Go ahead and find your texture again. And go ahead and once you've done that, it should be labeled your name .obj. So you want to double click on that. You don't want to use the MTL. Then you can go ahead, and I'm assuming you know how to move and everything and you know the basics of Blender, but if you don't, then I'll kind of give you a little, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My neighbors are blaring their music. It's really loud. They actually replaced the speakers they actually replaced the back seats in their car with huge speakers, and it's really annoying, and they shake all the houses. So yeah, these tools down here, what you use to move things. So yeah, go ahead and move that. And if you accidentally unselect the character and you can't select it back, then just go ahead and press Ctrl-Z a few times, and then your character will be gone. And then you're just going to have to import it again like I just showed you. If that doesn't make any sense, comment down below and I can explain it a little bit better. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to use the rotation tool to rotate it. It can take a minute to get used to, but I promise you'll get used to it in probably just a few minutes if you play around with it. Delete everything except for the head, and to select something, you right click. To select multiple things, hold down Shift and right click. So now this is the head, so we're going to go ahead and we want to move the head onto the character. Make sure you have every accessory selected. And to make sure that it's on right, you can move over to the side. Just kind of, you know, do that. Make sure that you have the head on correctly. Now we want to go ahead and we want to hit File, then we want to hit Import again, then we want to hit Wait for an OBJ again, then we want to go ahead and you want to find the model that you decided to export. So yeah, once you've imported it, which I don't see mine anywhere, let me just try that again. It's broken. It didn't export correctly. If that happens, you want to go back into Roblox Studio and you want to go ahead and you want to try that again. I'm not exactly quite sure why that happens, but it does, so yeah. It's not that big of a deal, but some models you won't be able to use, and some props you won't be able to use. Sometimes you might just have to export it one more time, but as you can tell, I tried that, and it did not work. So I need to go ahead and I need to find a different room model. I think I'm just going to use this one. Actually, wait. I kind of want like a more of a warm one, not like a super pink or whatever. Here, I don't know. But I'm assuming that this will be your first defect, so actually you don't even really need a room model. If you are going to use a room model, go ahead and import it like I showed you, and then move it down over to where your character is. If you're not going to use a room model, which I guess I'm not going to be using a room model in this one today, then go ahead and just pose your character. So how to use the rig. Go ahead and so these little circles, these are the joints. If you move your wrist, then this is what this joint will do. See, these square ones, these don't do anything. You could do anything you wanted with this one and it wouldn't do anything with your actual arm. So some of the little circle square things don't work, but most of them do. So as you can see, the one right here, just you have to use the rotation tool to move it. This one is what moves your whole arm, which is very important. And you have to use the rotation tool whenever you're going to move it. You can't like try and rotate it on the spot. Don't do that. And then this one right here is the elbow. So, if you kind of want to do that, it's very nice. And then right here, this is the leg. So this moves your whole leg, which is very important. And then this is the knee. And then right here, this will move the whole body. This right here just kind of moves the back. And then so the wrists, that kind of moves like that. And then these things, these are the hands, which you can mess around with. And then I'm going to show you guys how to do some common poses with the rig. So the first pose is going to be where the hand is obviously kind of over the mouth. So obviously you're just going to want to go ahead and bend this one. You're going to want to go ahead and you're going to select this one. Use the red rotation tool to rotate it up. Use the blue one to rotate it to the side. Make sure you position it how you want. And then use the green one to kind of tilt it a little over. Voila! now you have a hand that is at the mouth. Kind of just the wholesome hand, I guess. And then to make your character sit, go ahead and select one of these and then shift click and select the other one. Use the red rotation tool to rotate it upwards. And yeah, and then you can also use the knee tools right here. And again, use the red rotation tool and drag that down. Now, if you want it to be kind of like a sitting, like not on like a chair or something pose, go ahead and select one of these. Move it upwards a lot. And then you can also select the other one and do that too, as if, like, you know, her knees are like that. You can also change how far the knees are going down or up. Just to give it a little extra spice. Oh, my friend is, okay, I'm just gonna, cut out this part and then, yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. So, sorry, my friend had called me, oh dear, that's her, yes. You might know her as Everynor. You should go subscribe to her right now. I'll leave her channel in the description. So anyways, oh dear. So I'm not gonna want my rig to be like sitting down as if it was on a, like the floor. I want it to be standing up, so, oops. You can select the leg again, and you can move it back. And then you can just make it straight again. Unlike, yeah. So, and you can even, like, keep the leg a little bit kind of, at the knee like that. I don't know, it kind of makes it a little bit nicer, I guess I could say. And then with the arm, I'm assuming I'm just going to keep the arm like this for right here. But on how to use, like, on how to make them wave, it's a bit more of a difficult task, but it's not impossible. It took me like a day or two to figure it out. I don't know why. But you're going to go ahead and you're going to select the upper part of the rig, the shoulder joint. Then you're going to use the red rotation tool to rotate that up. Then you want to use the blue one to rotate it to the side. Then you want to use the red one to bring it back a little bit. Then you want to use the green one to rotate it to the side again. And you want to use this elbow one to move it like that. And yeah, that's honestly it. But to move the head, you just select everything on the head, all the head accessories. I'm gonna just do that real quick. And an easier way is you can also just group the head after you have it all selected. Now, if you go to like rotate the head and it moves a lot like that, press tool right here, then press set origin to center of mass surface. And now it will rotate in place. So yeah, I'm just going to make the head tilt a little bit, kind of like that, to give it a more lived in look, I guess. Definitely not saying that from Bloxburg video. Okay, so yeah. And then the arm is kind of like that, so I don't know, I think that's pretty good. And then I also recommend if you make it kind of like sitting down as if like on the floor, I recommend that you tilt the back a little bit backwards. It'll make it look a lot better. Or you can tilt it forwards too, either one works. But yeah, those are some simple rig poses that I recommend using for your first try, just so you can kind of get used to it, because those aren't very difficult. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and position yourself in front of the character like this. Go ahead and press this little, I don't know what that is, but press it and then press rendered. Now the background's ugly, so you want to go ahead and you want to hit this little world icon that will appear right here. And you want to, where it says color, you want to change that. And then, now this will be the color of your background. You can change the brightness with this tool right here. As you can see, that also kind of changes the lighting of the character a little bit too. So if you don't want that, then make it a bright, like a light color. And then I can show you how you can do that. So yeah, let me see, I think I kind of want it to be like a yellowish. Honestly, I kind of like that, so now you can go ahead and you can go out of rendered mode, press material. Now we want to go ahead and we want to hit this little thing that probably says pose mode. If it doesn't, then you're fine, don't do anything. But if it does say pose mode, go ahead and change that to object mode. Then press add, then hit lamp, then hit sun. Now the lighting can be kind of weird, so you are going to have to get used to it, but use the little tool to move it kind of like in front of your character like that. It can be off to the side, it can be right in front of it, doesn't matter. But now you want to use the rotation tool, and as you can see, that little beam of light, I guess you could say, little dotted lines, that is the light source, I guess. So go ahead and go back into rendered mode once it's probably on your character's face. And now your character will be a lot brighter. So you want to change, and the color of that will change like kind of the color of your character. I kind of want like a yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can also change the strength, which will determine how strong it is. And yeah, so now you're going to want to go back and head into material, go to add, press camera, go to view, hit camera, press the little camera icon over here, change the X to 1000, then press enter, and then, oops, don't do that, ignore that. Then go ahead and you can use WASD, Shift and F again to move in your camera. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to make a new banner for my channel, so I will use this. So I'm actually going to make the background transparent. Don't do anything after this if you want to keep your colored background. Yeah, this is just me. Let me just figure out how to do this. I don't think I remember. Let me just double check. I'm sorry. So yeah, once you've done that, well, okay, yeah, okay, let's just pretend like none of that ever happened. Anyways, if you go into rendered mode again, this is what it will look like whenever it's rendered. Yours will probably have a more colored background. This is just what I'm doing. And so now you want to go ahead and you want to go to where it says render right here. And you want to press render image. Now, you can also go ahead and hit this paper icon and then press denoising. Now, if your image has started to render and you actually think that you made a mistake and you want to stop it rendering, press escape a few times and then it will get out of rendering. Press the little paper icon, hit denoising, then go to render and then hit render image again. Now your image will begin to render, and yeah, it might take a little bit longer of a time for you since yours probably has a colored background, mine is transparent, so yeah. But anyways, that's it for this tutorial. But once it is done rendering, do not close out of Blender because it will not save automatically. Whenever it is done rendering, which you will know because up here, this will all shorten, it'll say done, or, you know, I don't care. It'll just not say remaining. You're going to want to hit image, and then you want to hit save as image whenever it's done. So yeah, that's technically it for this tutorial, and I hope that you guys all enjoyed it and that this was able to help you in some way. I know that, like, only one person really needed this tutorial, but, like, I don't know, maybe it might help someone in the future. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!